All right. Are we rolling?
Yeah, we're rolling.
Okay. Hi. I'm sorry for that. So this sort of right here, starting at this line, is the site of my Eagle project, my Eagle Scout project, I guess. That's basically, in order to get the Eagle rank, you have to do a sort of culminating project, which you design and then lead. Basically, it took me probably 5 months total to do it, but it's sort of the culminating thing of your Boy Scout career, I guess you could say. But it's, I don't know, it's supposed to test your leadership capabilities and just delegating and all that cool stuff. Basically, my plan was, I've always liked the outdoors. That's part of why I did Boy Scouts. A lot of it is outdoors. It's a great thing. I should keep the mic up here, I guess. But one problem facing the area where I live, which is near DC, and Rock Creek in particular, is the spread of, well, this is not actually it. Here's one. This plant called English ivy, and this is, I think, common periwinkle, which is also invasive, so we also took it out. So I assume you probably know what an invasive species is, but basically it's a plant or animal from a different area of the world that spreads very rapidly in a new environment without any sort of competition, so it can quickly take over the landscape. As you can see, like here, that whole thing is just completely covered in English ivy, which isn't very good for plants and animals that live here that aren't used to having it in the ecosystem. They don't really use it, which is why it can spread so easily, since it has no competition or predators. So my Eagle Scout project was basically to, starting right here, pull it all out of the ground and going all the way over there, just taking out the English ivy and then replacing it with spice bush, which it's winter now, so obviously it's not, you can't really tell, but in the spring, I think we'll have some photos show up later, but it's a native plant. It'll get to maybe this tall, a little bit wider. So basically the idea was just to restore this part of the park to a sort of natural native habitat that, plants and animals can use to live in, just, live naturally in, I guess. And as you can see, the ivy hasn't really grown back at all. It would look a lot more exciting if it wasn't the middle of winter. You could see the leaves and stuff. We also planted ferns over there mostly, because it tends to be darker over there. They like darker stuff. But yeah, as you can see, I think it ended up being something like 15 spice bush, maybe 40 ferns. I have it all written down in my little book here. Okay, yeah, so in total there are 15 spice bush here, 15 Christmas ferns, and 25 lady ferns. So 3 different types of native species. Sort of try to reintroduce native species back into the area that was dominated by just this one invasive. Total, it took, well, technically I started it in April of 2020, and then I executed it in October 10th and 11th of 2020. So it took that many months, I guess. It's a long time. It took like over 100 hours of planning. I had to... The whole point, or the whole idea behind the project, is that it's sort of a test of the skills that the Scouts supposed to have learned over their years in scouting. So basically you have to do everything yourself. I had to come up with the idea for the project. I had to reach out to different organizations that were capable of, sponsoring it, getting the permits for the park and stuff. Then I had to decide, what plants we're going to plant given the environment in the area. Then buy those plants with funds that I fundraised as well, with the campaign for that. So it's a lot of work, but it is satisfying to see something, you've designed and made yourself sort of come into its own, I guess. So yeah,